Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast with, along with you, the audience members. We will see if Podfather Alex Gullett and Teach Nelson can go 3 for 3 on the hottest topics of today, or if you disagree, let us know in the comments. Today, we're talking a lot of stuff. We're going to talk NFL. NFL's right around the corner. Training camp's coming up, Podfather, right? We got your Podfather predictions are wrapping up.
It's coming. It's here today.
It is.
You know what else is here today? Really quick before you get into all of that. Peep the merch that Teach got me, right? LA, this is like a Kobe throwback, the purple and gold. 3 for 3 podcast. Just want to say, appreciate you, bro. This is cool. This is awesome. Love it. Love yours. Don't love the colors, but I love it. Yeah.
Listen, it's only fitting that a Celtic fan and a Laker fan argue on a podcast. If you can't get this from anywhere else, come on now.
You know, the 90s were the Bills and Cowboys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like this is a match made in heaven.
We were destined for this, okay?
We were destined to argue about sports.
This is Orioles, Yankees, Bills, Cowboys, Celtics, Lakers. So, and that's actually where we're going to start today in basketball, so that the hats are fitting. Summer League is wrapping up. The Cavs just won the Summer League championship. Congratulations. Wear your rings proudly. I guess that's made out of 24-karat aluminum. So those are nice.
Got to win something.
I'd put the banner up, okay? If I was them, I'd go ahead and put the banner up. But the storyline of the summer was Victor Wembenyama. So what were your thoughts on his Summer League debuts?
So let's go through this really quick. Now, I wrote down a couple of things for you. I'm going to go through game 1, game 2. Game 1, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 assists. He shot 2 for 13 from field goal and shot 1 from 6 from three-point line. Game 2, just a couple days later, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 9 for 14, shot 50% from 3, and we got to see some free throws as he went 12 times, made 7 of them. I'm iffy. I think he's pretty. I'm excited for Wembenyama. I'm excited to see it play out.
Listen, he's a different style of player. He's going to play outside for the time being. I'd love to see him go toward the basket and have this 7'5" guy just hanging around the rim. But every time the guy falls, you literally hold your breath and go, he's going to get up injured. I mean, he was trying to go coast to coast. He tripped and fell, and he kept on tugging his arm. And I was going, oh, my gosh, did we already see the demise of Wembenyama?
No, I felt the same way, and I'm watching him. And, what I feel like is through both Summer League games, I didn't get a chance to watch him really post anybody up. He grabbed a few offensive rebounds, had some putbacks, that kind of thing. But you saw no big body motion, no down low play. But for what he did, I think he had a good showing in game 2. Great rebound game. I like what I saw in game 2.
So do you think game 2 is who he is, or are you leaning toward Victor Wembenyama, game 1, game 2? Who is he more like?
So let's look at an average, right? 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. I think that's probably about who he is. I think if in his rookie year, if he gets 17, 8, and 3, that's a great rookie year. And I think that's pretty much what I have him. That's kind of my profile for him right now. 17, 8, and 3. I think it's a great fit. And hey, he'll be a superstar in the league.
17, 9, and 3 is what he averaged in the postseason in France. So I think you're spot on with that. Listen, the game 1, there are no fouls limit in Summer League. You can foul somebody as many times as you want. And sure enough, they were saying, foul him as many times as you want. 12 does not matter. So he was a little shook. I think he's a little bit more game 2 Wembenyama than game 1. So that's what I think. The last thing is, they shut him down after 2 games. They said, we've seen all we want to see. Popovich got his money. Hey, let's go ahead and end this right now. Were they smart to shut him down?
Yeah, I think they saw what they wanted to see, and I think Wemby saw what he wanted to see. I think it was the American basketball is so different from the leagues that he played in. Euro League, any other league in the world is completely different from what the NBA is. And even the talent level on the collegiate level, its Summer League level is I would say outstanding compared to what there are in other leagues. And so not knocking other leagues, it's great, but basketball is a main sport here in America. And so I think he got to flush out some of the butterflies, anxiety. Pop got to say, hey, we made the right pick. Great. Shut him down. It's Summer League, right? Shut him down.
We are seeing a lot more teams shut down higher picks early and saying, hey, no, we don't want any accidents to happen. So I think it was completely smart for them to shut him down. Plus, he was just playing basketball last month. Shut the kid down. Another player that had a little injury scare, Scoot Henderson. So I want to play a little 3 or disagree with you. Okay. Really quick. Scoot Henderson will have a better career than Victor Wembenyama. 3 or disagree. What do you got, Podfather?
I agree. I think we'll go 3 for 3 on this with everybody's comments. I like what I saw. I didn't trust his shooting when he first came out, when he got drafted, but when I saw him play in the summer league for that half, that kid's special.
I'm going to disagree. So I think Wembenyama is the man. I think he's only going to get better. I worry about Scoot shooting. Very much. But I think if you're Portland, you're going, we don't have to trade Dame right away. That's fine. We'll wait for the offer, which seems to be what they're doing. The next one, okay? This is the last one. Summer League basketball doesn't matter. 3 for 3 or disagree?
I agree. It does not matter. 3 for 3 because it matters if you're a fan of a specific person. Like I saw LeBron, I saw KD, I watched Lil Wemby, and then I was done with it. I didn't watch another game, right? I saw Wemby's games. That was it.
I need you guys in the comments because I totally agree. Let's see if we're 3 for 3. Let us know in the comments. It doesn't matter. Listen, if you like a player and he does well, you say, see, I told you he's awesome. And if he sucks, you go, oh, well, it's Summer League. And if you hate a player and he does terrible, you say, I knew it the whole time. He was terrible. Trae Young, see, I told you. And you know what? If he's good, you go, yeah, but all these players aren't going to be playing in the NBA anyway. Dude, he's playing against Summer League guys.
I'm still saying that about Trae Young.
Yeah, especially with the Luka comparisons. Get out of here.
Saying that.
Draymond's just trying to stir up. Draymond's mad he didn't get money from Dallas, so he's like, whatever. Yeah, no, you're the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Clickbait.
All day clickbait. Now, we've had a lot of clickbait, okay? Especially people tend to be clicking and tuning in for baseball. That's right. Well, everyone but Podfather. So I want to go really quick here in a process I call 3 up, 3 down, right? Let's get an inning of baseball in, right? So 3 up, 3 things I like about baseball right now, and 3 down, 3 things I dislike about baseball. And let me know if you agree or disagree, all right? Let's see if we can get some 3 for 3s in here between me, you, and those of you guys at home watching. So number 1 for 3 up. Players mic'd up during the All-Star game. It's a great thing. Do you agree?
I like it. Good. I think it gives us a little visit into some conversation they're having. And baseball's hard to watch anyway, so you might as well make it more interesting.
It's the only sport where you could probably have people mic'd up and that they still do their job. Baseball's a hurry up and wait sport, okay? I don't see a point guard being like, hey, yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, no, pick, hey, run in 3. What was that? No, yeah, I like the new Kobe's. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, that's like you just can't do that, right? So
I think we could probably get Ohtani mic'd up for the 3 for 3 podcast during a game.
I think we would need an interpreter, so it'd be the 4 for 3 podcast. The second one that I'm very up on, Luis Reyes, throwback style player. He's batting 378 at the All-Star break. He's a modern day Tony Gwynn. He's super underrated. Somebody hasn't batted 370 for the year since Ichiro did it in 2004, so it's been 20 years. Are you with me? Do you agree?
I'm going to give you a few things before I tell you that I absolutely agree with you. 452 on base percentage, 495 slugging percentage. He has 87 hits versus just 11 strikeouts. That's a 7.9 to 1 ratio. The next best is the kid in Boston, Yoshida, who has a 2.8 to 1 ratio. What he's doing is unbelievable. It's a carryover from last year. We thought maybe it was a blip on the map. It's not. The kid's for real.
2 pitches in the All-Star game. 2 pitches, 2 singles. Welcome, reincarnated Tony Gwynn. That was awesome. And the last thing I'm up on, It's trade season, baby. It's finally here. MLB hot stove trade season, and everybody wants Shohei Ohtani. Okay. They were chanting his name in Seattle during the All-Star game. We want Ohtani. We want everybody does. Okay. There's some weird things. Are you up or down on MLB trade season?
I'm up on specific trades. So Otani is interesting to me, right? I think you can look at the Rangers with the Grom out right now. I think even the Orioles, we have a plethora of infielders. We can move some people to get Otani. Not saying that we would do it. The Rays, the Dodgers, the Reds, I think all of them have plays for Otani. It's really interesting, but whoever commits to it's going to be crazy spending money.
Now, three things I'm down on. Speaking of people being traded or trading, St. Louis Cardinals pitching. Their pitching's been terrible. Listen, no Yadier. He retired. Mike Maddox went to Texas, and he's doing great there. They're talking about trading Nolan Arenado. They're talking about trading Paul Goldschmidt. I'm down on the Cardinals right now. What about you, Podfather?
Yeah. No hope for the Cardinals. Sorry, our friend Coach. It's bad out there. Although there were some reports coming out, they weren't going to trade their two cornerstones right now. They were going to try to trade some veterans, get some pitching in, strikeout pitching, as you told me earlier, Teach. So we'll see. But I'm down on them also.
The draft. I'm down on the draft. Listen, I'm sure it's great for them, but I don't care if I don't get to see a player for 4 years.
Have you ever been up on an MLB draft?
Yes, I'm Mr. Draft. I'm every draft season is my season.
I feel like you're the only person in the world, okay, who's been up on an MLB draft.
Listen, I remember watching Aaron Judge, them drafting him and going 6'7" out of Fresno State, and then they would show like the college home run derby, and you're going, this guy's going to be amazing in 3 years, and he was.
Now, if he can just stay healthy.
Gosh, he can't. Let's see. All-Star Game uniforms is the last thing I'm down on. I have never listen. All-Star games are supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting. You're supposed to like this stuff. And they were the St. Louis Mariners colors, and it was boring. It was terrible. Like Coach always says, right? Make baseball fun again. They didn't. So you agree with me on that?
Sure, I agree they were boring, but what do you want to see? You want them to have lights on them? What do you want to do? Like the kids' sneakers that light up? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That'd be awesome. You know how many people would get those jerseys?
Would that be great?
All day I would see those jerseys. And if they had
cleats that lit up, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, like it. Listen, make it fun. Make it fun. So that's our 3 up, 3 down. Make sure you let us know in the comments what we got right, what we got wrong. What did you like about this baseball season? What have you disliked? And then next week, tune in. We'll have 3 more up and 3 more down. Now, from hardball to football, training camp's opening up. Rookies are reporting.
I love it.
It's less than a week. They opened up fully on the 24th. It's wild.
I get so excited at the end of July. Not only do my kids go back to school and it makes life that much easier, right? But football season is starting.
Yeah. Listen, it's a fun time. It's a new year. It represents hope. Students going back to school and reporting to class is awesome. But 2 players who aren't reporting anywhere, Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, did not get a deal done. They didn't get a deal done. They're probably out of training camp. They're going to probably sit out all the preseason games. It would not shock me if they sat out some of the early games. What are your first thoughts on that?
It's so hard right now to pay running backs and what they're looking for, what they're asking for. If I was a GM, I couldn't commit to it.
Yeah, it's funny because after the deal fails, all the stories come out. Saquon immediately shoots. He fires off the tweet. He had one in the chamber, ready, loaded. He pulled a John Morant. He had one in the chamber. He was ready to go, and he shot it off as soon as they didn't get a deal. And he said, "We're only a couple million apart. I guess I have to reevaluate stuff." And you go, "Come on, man, for real."
As a Cowboys fan, I just sat through the deal that we had with Ezekiel Elliott, and that handicapped us for the last 2 years. He was not the same running back. It is detrimental to sign a running back long-term at that much money, $18, $20 million. You just can't do it in today's NFL.
Yeah, one of the NFL insiders, either Warren Sharp or I think Ian Rappaport, said the last 5 long-term deals for running backs have either winded up with them being cut or being traded. Zeke Elliott cut, CMC, Christian McCaffrey, traded. Alvin Kamara could be on that list next. He might end up getting cut. The Josh Jacobs one was hilarious because he tweeted so far to say, I was with Max Crosby, my buddy, in the parking lot waiting to sign my deal. That's a new form of petty, right? Like, hey, telling the fans, I was in the parking lot. It's their fault.
It sounds just like the Raiders.
That is the most Raiders thing, isn't it? That's got to be the most Raiders thing. Now, I do want to go see if we can go 3 for 3 or disagree on a couple statements. Okay. So the first one deals, again, we're going to stay in the running back realm. Franchises are absolutely right to tag running backs and not pay them long term. Are we 3 for 3 or we disagree?
I agree.
Yep, I agree too. There's no reason to pay a running back
unless you're San Francisco and you're never going to pay a quarterback. I mean, it is what it is, right?
The most value for any running back is to draft them, not in the first round, in rounds 2 through 5, and then after they're done, let them walk. We are 3 for 3. Let us know in the comments if you agree with us or if you think we're wrong, which we're definitely not wrong. So,
no.
The second one, there is only one running back worth top dollar, meaning $15 million or more in the NFL, and his name is Christian McCaffrey. Are we 3 for 3? Or we disagree?
I'm going to disagree with that statement, so we can't go 3 for 3. I think health permitting, he could be worth it, but he's played 1 year. We'll see.
I think his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield makes a difference. Now, again, he's the only one. There isn't another running back that you say would be close to him, right? He is the clear-cut number one.
Well, at that point, move him to receiver, utilize him like Deebo Samuel, and pay him receiver money. You know what I mean? Like, and then draft a running back.
They're still trying to pay Deebo Samuel running back money. So
it's true. It's true.
You hit it spot on with the quarterback though. If I don't have to pay a quarterback, whatever. I can pay CMC money, Deebo money, Kittle money.
And that's what I say. And I think it's very. I want to get into it for a minute because I think it's very organizational based right now with where you are in the structure of your roster, right? And so I think if you draft a quarterback in the second or third round, or even in the first round, because even a first round draft pick, what is a quarterback getting out of the first round this year?
It's like 8 to 9 million. It's not ridiculous money.
If you don't have a long-term supermax value at quarterback, pay a running back for 3 to 5 while you're making that extension before you make the extension on the quarterback. Sure, put a team together around it. But even then, would you rather pay your skill players, outside players, bring in a DB, bring in a defensive lineman, bring in some offensive linemen? Like, I think it's constructed totally different nowadays. But San Francisco, like I said earlier, pay the running back, whatever.
Seattle was on this before everybody else. I mean, when they were paying Marshawn Lynch, and you go, well, they could because Russ Wilson was a third-round quarterback who was playing for peanuts, essentially. And then as soon as they had to pay him, the dynamic changed completely.
That's right.
The next statement, the top 3 running backs in the NFL today are Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and Austin Eckler. Are we 3 for 3 or you disagree with that?
I disagree. My top 3 are right now Nick Chubb, McCaffrey, and Josh Jacobs. That's my top 3 in the NFL. Henry slides out right now just for coming back. I think Chubb is probably top of the line.
I don't mind the list. I don't mind the list. Maybe if we're talking fantasy football, it's probably Eckler, and he's got his own issues. But I like running backs who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Chubb is not that guy.
Well, we play a PPR league, right? So you have to like those running backs, right? They get the most attention.
I don't, because obviously I'm not great at fantasy football, so I'm a 2 running back kind of guy. So
now that's a great list if you're talking about how 3 of these 5 should go be the first. Top 5 running backs, these should be 3 that are included in your draft for PPR football, right? And so yeah, absolutely.
I think Nick Chubb is a great running back who tends to break down later in the year. I think Josh Jacobs is a 1-year wonder. I don't know if he can do it again. I like Austin Eckler's ability to be a modern-day LaDainian Tomlinson and break one out and catch the ball. So, but again, I value pass catchers, not only from fantasy, but in today's NFL. It's
How dare you say Eckler, modern day LT?
I mean, listen, he does a lot of the same stuff that LT did.
Just take it back. Just say I'm sorry and take it back. I came on a couple episodes ago and said the Marcus Smart comment was one of the craziest things I've ever said. I'm giving you an opportunity to take it back now.
I will take it back. Podfather should not have said that Marcus Smart was a top 75 NBA player. But I will not take it back that Austin Eckler possesses some of the same abilities that LT had. Look it up. Watch the film. I don't care. Okay. The last one, we do have a bonus 3 for 3 or disagree question. All right. Or statement. And this is recent. Speaking of running backs, there's one in Chicago who happens to be very good, and his name is Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a top 5 running quarterback of all time. 3 for 3 or disagree?
Disagree wholeheartedly. First of all, to be a top 5 running quarterback, you have to be a good quarterback first, right? And so Justin Fields has not shown that enough. I'm going to go ahead and give my top 5 list just so everybody has it really quick. Michael Vick, of course, is the greatest runner of the football and thrower ever that of a combined. Randall Cunningham at 2, Cam Newton at 3, Lamar at 4, and I'm going Steve Young at 5. That's my top 5 running quarterbacks.
We were 4 out of 5 because I have that he's not right now either. I have Vick, Cunningham, Jackson, Newton, but I have Josh Allen in there as well. Josh Allen is one of the most devastating runners. Listen, he is like 12th all time right now. By giving him another 2 years, he's going to be top 6 all time in rushing yards as a quarterback. He just demolishes people. He's rushed for over 1,500 yards the last 2 years.
Listen,
so,
you cannot have that much bias in this episode. No. Better than Elway? No. Better than McNabb? No.
Yes.
Better than McNair? No.
Yes. If they are better runners, why don't they run better? Okay? If they're better runners of the ball, why don't they run? Why don't they have more yards?
Please,
that was a running league. Josh Allen is in a passing league, and he's demolished. He's looking at Will Compton and John Bostic and going, "Hey, I'm just going to run through your face mask right now, okay, buddy boy."
You guys, please let us know. Clear this up. Tell Teach he's absolutely wrong. This is absurd.
Not absurd. It's just, listen, my facts and my stats don't care about your thoughts, okay? Now, one thing that Podfather does know is predictions. He's been doing it for the last month. He's been predicting, all right? He looks into his crystal ball at night, and then he brings you the predictions of what's going to happen. They don't even need to play out the season. All right. He's already gone through all the AFC. And let me tell you, if you have not gone to our YouTube channel and checked out Podfather's predictions for the AFC, you need to go see it because the 4th seed and the 6th seed are absolutely nuts.
How do you feel about the 1 seed? How do you feel about the 1 seed?
I love the 1 seed. I love the 1 seed, but the 4 seed and the 6 seed are bananas. I mean, looking back at it, I looked at it and I was like, is he predicting the draft order? But no, it's his playoff picture. Now, the NFC is currently going right on. Do you want to go ahead and paint the picture for him, Podfather?
Yeah, so we've already been through the NFC North, and we went through the NFC South last episode. So what we have was the Lions coming out of the NFC North at 10-7. The Saints also at 10-7 coming out of the South. I love the Saints, what they got with Derek Carr. I think they're going to be better this year. I'm excited to see what's going on with that. And so that's where we are. Today we're going to hit the NFC West.
Yeah, and why don't you start us off, Podfather's predictions looking at the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. So this one has a lot going on. Okay, the Arizona Cardinals have a lot going on. And let me just give you a brief overview, some of the first thoughts that came to mind talking about Arizona. So they were 4-13 last year, and they cleaned house. So they got a new coach. Jonathan Gannon comes in. You know, the old defensive coordinator out of Philadelphia, that overrated guy, that overrated team, that green team, you know, cry Eagles cried and lost Super Bowl. But they got the same quarterback, Kyler Murray. Now, he's probably going to miss a few of the early games coming back from the ACL. That leaves what? Colt McCoy? And who's he going to throw the ball to? Oh, wait, there's no DeAndre Hopkins. Now that guy's a Titan, right? And they replaced him with Hollywood Brown. And what a letdown Hollywood Brown was in his previous job. And so J.J. Watt retires, and Buda Baker now wants out. So I'm looking at the Arizona Cardinals. DraftKings has the over-under in their wins at 4.5. 4.5. Now, Teach, based on what I just told you, are you taking the over or the under on the Cardinals' win-loss record? And give me a little reason why.
It's a tough division. I think it's a rebuilding year for them, and ultimately leads to a Kyler Murray discussion. Maybe not a decision. I'm going under 3-14.
Wow. You're taking the under at 3-14. Yeah, back to me for this really quick. I'm going to give mine. You hit the nail on the head. Right now, we are 2 for 2. We want to know from you guys, will we be 3 for 3? We are taking the under. I've had them finishing at the exact same record as they did last year, 4-13. I don't like everything they have going on. I think Jonathan Gannon's probably going to be a good coach, but he's a defensive-minded coach. Kyler Murray's a problem. The offense could be a problem. I don't like the Arizona Cardinals this year.
It's time for them to figure out who they are and what they want to be. And Gannon's going to put people in position to, who do I want to keep? Who do I need to get rid of? Who do I need to trade? Now, from Hollywood Brown to a very different type of Hollywood, Podfather, take us to the LA Rams.
Super Bowl champs just a few years removed. You remember OBJ, Aaron Donald. They had Cooper Kupp had an amazing year, but last year injury bug hit them. They finished the year at 5-12. And there were so many injuries. But what I can't figure out after this offseason is, are they tanking for a rebuild or are they trying to compete? Because I can't figure it out. They moved Jalen Ramsey, right? He's still a top 5 cornerback in the NFL. He's gone. Warmer weather in Miami, right? He's over where the mosquitoes bite now. And so I don't know what they're doing. They move off of Leonard Floyd. You know, those are 2 of their best defensive players. So I can't figure out what they're trying to do. What I do know is that this year they should be a little healthier. They're going to have Matt Stafford coming back. Cooper Kupp, who you guys think is the best wide receiver in the NFL, he's going to be back this year. He's going to be healthy. And they still got that guy who decided he's still going to play, Aaron Donald. And guess what? McVay, he's going to have to wait another year for TV time because he's still in the NFL right now. So I know that. This is what we know of the LA Rams. Now, DraftKings has them as an over-under at 6.5 wins. And I want to ask you this, Coach, knowing what you know now from my overview and some of your own study. Are you taking the over or the under on 6.5 with the LA Rams?
Well, let's see. I think this team's going to put up some offensive numbers. I think people are sleeping on this team. This is a team that 2 years ago won the Super Bowl. And they might have the second best wide receiver in the game, not the first one. He plays in Minnesota. But they mortgaged their future to get a Super Bowl, and it's showing now. I still have the over. I have them going 8-9, but this is a far cry from a threat to win the division. What about you?
Yeah. I feel the same. I'm going to take the over in LA also, but I have them finishing at 7-10, so a couple more wins than what they had last year. We could see Stetson Bennett playing before the year's out, right? You know, and so I worry about Stafford's back. I worry about some of the injuries. I know Cooper Kupp can play ball. I give him a hard time. I give you guys a hard time about him. Hey, the guy's a fantasy guru. He's who you want to draft in the fantasy world. But LA is a mess, and I don't know. It's completely showing. I think you hit the nail on the head. They went all in. They mortgaged the future. It's showing now. I have them at 7-10. But we're both taking the over. Let us know what you guys think. Are you taking the over or the under? Are we 3 for 3 on the LA Rams? So we're doing good right now. We're on the same page.
They still, like you said, they still have Mr. 99, Aaron Donald, and Stetson Bennett, champion Stetson Bennett. Okay.
Yes.
This is a team of Super Bowl champions. Okay. Now, the other place I want to go next also has some championships. They have 5 Super Bowls. Who am I talking about?
Dallas Cowboys.
No, not Dallas Cowboys, but I knew you wanted to say it, so I'll let you say it. We're talking about the San Francisco 49ers. So what do you have them doing so far?
So let's look back at San Francisco. Tumultuous ending to the year. So they finished the year 13-4 last year. Great year. I mean, everybody's raving about the offense. Everybody's raving about the defense. NFC Championship game, I mean, they were gutted by injuries. quarterbacks go down galore, right? We saw Brock Purdy go down. We saw Josh Johnson come in. We saw him go down. We see Christian McCaffrey finish the game at quarterback. It was crazy. And then they go and get rid of a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, gone. He's out. Now starting for the Raiders, right? And I got a question. Is this Trey's team? No. No, it's Brock's team? No. They brought in Sam Darnold. No. Who's playing quarterback? I don't know who's going to play quarterback on this team. What I do know is that it may not matter because Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius, and Christian McCaffrey will be there for a whole season this year compared to just some of the games last year. And they did add a guy named Javon Hargrave to that defensive line that was they already had a great defense. Now they lost a few people. Jimmy Ward's out, went to Houston. But, I mean, they're still the 49ers defense. And I love what they're doing. Now, all of that being said, DraftKings has them, of course, the highest in the division at 10.5 on the over-under for the wins. I want to ask you, Teach, you going to take the over or the under San Francisco 49ers, 10.5?
They also still have Nick Bosa, the defending defensive player of the year. Not Michael Parsons, who I know you're high on, but Bosa. Listen, the defense did get a little bit better or stay kind of where they're at, I think. I do think Brandon Ayuk took a step forward. Their offensive weapons are spectacular. The schedule is brutal. Now, I still have them going over at 11-6, but I don't have them winning 13 games. What about you?
Yeah, so, hey, we're on the same page again. I have San Francisco. I'm taking the over for San Francisco. I have them finishing at 12-5, so we're right there on the same, right there with them. I gave them one more game. There were a few that were a toss-up to me, and I think quarterback play is going to matter in a couple of these games. They're going to get by without quarterback play in some of them. Some of it's going to matter, and I'm interested to see who's going to play quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers this year. But I had them going 12-5. San Francisco, yeah.
It would be wild if Sam Darnold came out of this as the last man standing. And if he
It's possible.
hey, California roots, going back home, okay, California boy makes good. And to me, that would reek of Kyle Shanahan. Now, San Francisco is favored to win the division, right? No, they're not going to surprise anybody. But the last team, so far we're 3 for 3 for overs and unders between the two of us. So we're doing all right. The last team is a complete wild card. Last year, nobody saw them coming. We're talking Seattle Seahawks. Podfather, what's your prediction for them?
I think San Francisco is going to have a run for their money from the Seattle Seahawks. I want to preface it with this. Last year, they finished 9-8, and Geno took the league by storm. We didn't know what we were getting, right? And Pete Carroll, can they do it again? Can him and Geno do it again? Now, I want to say this. They had a solid offseason. They had a solid draft. All right. So Geno got $25 million a year. That's 15th in the league. Right. And so I think that's a fair number. They didn't go all in on the quarterback money, but they kept their quarterback who played well last year. They add Smith and Jigba, wide receiver. Right. They add him. Devon Witherspoon, probably the best cornerback in the draft. They add him to go with Tyreek Woolley from last year. These guys have some things going on. Draymond Jones, they added to the defensive line out of Denver. And these young guys are going to get better. Tyreek Woolen, Kenneth Walker Jr. They've got a great team, right, on paper. We'll see what happens on the field this year. I think it's going to be tighter than what maybe some think. But DraftKings has them at 8.5 wins, which is so hard. That's like right in the middle, right? Teacher, are you going to go over, under on the 8.5 wins for the Seattle Seahawks?
We talked about the draft earlier. Seattle does not give a crap about your mock draft, okay? We have Kenneth Walker III. Guess what? Round 2, we're taking Zach Charbonnet, right, from UCLA. Right. Whatever, in your face. Oh, in round 7, we're going to take Rocky McIntosh, probably one of the more complete running backs. So guess what? Seattle doesn't care what the league's doing. All the league is, it's a passing league, right? It's a passing league. We're going to zig, zig, zig. Seattle goes, we're going to zag. It's a running league. We're going to just pound. We're going to run 31, right, on you. We're going to have 3 running backs. Now, that's the way, hey, it took them to back-to-back Super Bowls. So maybe Pete Carroll has a little bit of magic left in him. I took the over, but I don't think they're going very far. I think it's 9-8.
Wow. Okay, so you took the over. I also took the over. We are in agreement here with the over on Seattle. I think Pete Carroll does have some magic left. And I know that their defense was the Legion of Boom. I really think it could be the offense. With that offensive line, with those running backs, what they're doing, they could boom on offense this year. I love the additions. I have Seattle going 10-7. So not winning the division, but going 10-7, finishing second. I think they make the playoffs this year. I love what they're doing in Seattle. Pete Carroll is a magician. We'll just let it go there.
We are oddly very similar on these. This is freaking me out a little bit. I think we went 2 for 2 on every single one. So it's up to you guys at home to let us know in the comments. Are we all 3 for 3 on this one, or do you disagree with some of the stuff we're saying?
Yeah, and just to recap really quick before we move off of this, we'll give a quick recap. Again, we have San Francisco winning the division, going 12-5. Teach and I were almost right in line. Then we have in second place Seattle. I think they still make the playoffs at 10-7. They're going to make a good run. Then we have the LA Rams finishing at 7-10, and then I have your Arizona Cardinals coming in last place at 4-13. That's the NFC West. That's how it shakes up, man. But as that shakes up, I want to ask you this, Teach. As we speak about the NFC West, what do you think the biggest storyline for the NFC West is going into 2023?
Well, the AFC West last year, it was funny because as the season progressed and went throughout to the offseason, it was all like Derek Carr screwed up the Raiders. Like, he's not good, right? It really wasn't his fault. I don't think it was his fault. I think we're going to have the same thing this year, except for with Kyler Murray. I think it's going to be a lot of Kyler Murray is going to become the scapegoat for the Arizona Cardinals, and that's going to end with a very messy divorce.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think the Kyler Murray saga is a great. It's great for the NFL. We need that kind of drama in the NFL, right? For fans, it's amazing. I'm going to go what I think is the biggest story this year. I touched on it a little bit as we talked about Seattle, and mine goes like this. It's going to be a San Francisco-Seattle division. That's what I think. I want to see which coach, because I think a lot of both Pete Carroll and I think a lot of Kyle Shanahan. I love their coaching styles. They do the same thing significantly different, right? And so it's really weird to watch, right? Doing the same stuff, but a lot different. Who's going to get more out of the talent they have? Because I love the way they're both built. I think it's going to be Shanahan versus Carroll, and that's really going to determine the NFC West.
Those are good. Those are good. Well, you want to play a little 3 for 3 or disagree?
I always want to play 3 for 3 or disagree.
All right. You want to knock them out? You want me to?
No, I'll knock them out. We could do this. So let's play a little 3 for 3, right? We'll play a little 3 for 3 right now. We got a couple of them that we came up with. These are great too. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this at home. But let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree as you see these. So we'll start out here. 3 for 3 or disagree. Teach. Kyle Shanahan is a better coach than Pete Carroll. Do you agree or disagree?
I hope we're 3-3 on this. I agree. But they both are terrible decision makers. So I'll go Shanahan.
We're not going to be 3 for 3 because I'm going to disagree. I think the longevity of Pete Carroll right now, Kyle Shanahan's got to prove some more stuff. He's doing well, but he's got to prove some more.
You think that Carroll's a better coach right now or 10 years ago?
After seeing what happened last year with Geno Smith at quarterback, I think it's a run for his money still right now.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Hey, go to the comments. Tell us who's right.
All right. Moving on to the second one. 3 for 3. Do you agree or disagree? At this point in their careers, Geno Smith is better than Matthew Stafford.
Disagree. Give me Stafford every day. I think Geno, again, he's done it 1 year. Could be a flash in the pan. Again, go Mountaineers, I guess. Country roads, country roads, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Give me Stafford. Go Bulldogs.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to go Stafford also. I think Stafford has much more arm talent, and I think if he can stay healthy, we'll see it play out just like that. So let us know. Do you guys agree or disagree with us? Let's try to go 3 for 3. Us and you guys. Stafford is better than Geno Smith. So next, let's go 3 for 3. Agree or disagree? 49ers defense is a better unit than the LA Rams offense. Teach.
I agree. I think we have to go 3 for 3 on this. Listen, I love a couple pieces from the Rams offense, but give me that San Francisco defensive line and linebacker unit all day.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. Fred Warner, it's over, right? We say that. We talk about Nick Bosa. It's over. San Francisco, definitely the better unit out of the two. So we agree here. We're 2 for 2. Let us know if we are 3 for 3. Guys, you have to agree with us on that one. I mean, that one's simple.
Van Jefferson? Come on now.
Come on, man. Yeah. So the next one is this. 3 for 3. Agree or disagree? Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are a better quarterback room than Kyler Murray and Colt McCoy.
I hope we're 3 for 3. I agree with that statement. Give me Brock and Trey. I know they're not more talented than Kyler and Colt, but they don't give me headaches. Like, I don't worry about that quarterback room.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you so far. We're going to be 2 for 2 right now because at least these guys are studying. You're going to find them in the quarterback room, right? I'm not sure that you're going to find Kyler in the quarter. It could just be a Colt McCoy quarterback room, and Kyler's just going to play on Sunday when he comes back. I don't know.
Listen, the Cardinals are going to be in the trainer's room because they're always hurt. But I think the quarterback room, and that, I mean, Sam Darnold. If we're leaning on Sam Darnold as the tiebreaker, okay, we'll go San Fran.
Yeah, definitely San Francisco group on that one. Let us know. Do you guys agree? Are we 3 for 3 on the better quarterback room? This one's a good one. All right. This is a good one. And this is the last one we have. This is it. 3 for 3, agree or disagree, Teach. Seattle's offense with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Njigba Smith, and Kenneth Walker III has better weapons than San Francisco with Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey. Do you agree or disagree?
This was the hardest one that we've had to do. I'm going to disagree. Give me the versatility of San Francisco's offense to be used in multiple ways over Seattle's upside.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree here too. Here's the reason why and the only reason why. Seattle has Noah Fant at tight end. San Francisco has George Kittle. Right, I think if you had a tight end to throw in, and instead of that 3 wide receiver set in Seattle, I think I could have leaned Seattle. But George Kittle's he's the one. He's the one that does it for me. Although I do think Debo Samuel's a little overrated. Just to throw that in there. But right now we are 2 for 2. Yeah, I think so. But we're 2 for 2. You guys let us know if we are 3 for 3. If you agree with that Seattle has San Francisco's skill players are better than Seattle's skill players. That's what it is. That's what it is. Teach, I'm gonna let you close us out today. Been a great episode for me. I feel good. I feel great. But let's hear some final things from you, and you can close us out.
Listen, just so everybody's tuning again, let us know in the comments what you want us to debate and discuss, because you guys drive the ship. You guys drive the boat. All right. You guys are in the driver's seat. We're here for you, bringing you the hardest hitting topics and hot takes of sports right now. We're going to be covering, again, basketball free agency still going on, trade drama, Dame drama, James Harden drama. Baseball is heading toward the end and hot stove. And then football is starting up, not only the NFL, but college football. So we're going to be here every step of the way. First down, second down, third down. We might not always agree, but you guys can join us and be part of the 3 for 3 podcast. Let us know.